tourism ministers from the bloc's 27 members thrashed out initial plans as part of an effort to boost the struggling holiday industry. During the video conference, they discussed the need to protect tens of millions of travelers as well as providing a lifeline to Italy, Greece, Croatia, and Portugal, who all rely on a thriving tourism sector. The ministers considered creating tourism corridors that would allow travel tourism between specific countries. EU diplomats said the new passport would be linked to capitals being subject to common rules and protocols for social distancing, as well as tracking systems if there is an outbreak of infections. It would essentially mean countries controlling the virus to allow their citizens to travel. Special mini-deals between countries with low rates of infection may also be encouraged. Maltese Tourism Minister Giulia Farrugia Portelli said there should be safe corridors between territories which have successfully tackled the outbreak. It is believed the UK could opt into the schemes while the country remains in the post-Brexit transition period. However, the EU 27 is yet to make a firm decision on Britain's participation in the scheme. And because the UK is one of Europe's worst affected countries, it could even mean Britons are banned from travelling to Europe this summer. Croatian Tourism Minister Gari Cappelli, who chaired the meeting yesterday, said, "We must allow the borders to be opened as much as we can." He added medical advice must be sought in the overall process of opening up borders and facilitating the movement of tourists. Epidemiologists should be consulted in setting the criteria and defining the measures that would be needed to ensure the safety of tourists. Some EU officials and diplomats feared restarting the tourism industry would unleash a stampede to resorts across the bloc, undoing the successive lockdown measures. One official said, "We saw the role played by infection clusters in ski resorts this winter, so the last thing we want to do is repeat that on a large scale as frustrated people dash out of lockdowns to popular holiday destinations." European capitals are also drawing up their own plans for a potential reopening of their tourist resorts. Greece is planning to welcome travelers who have tested positive for COVID-19 antibodies and are believed to be immune from the disease. France wants to give priority to domestic travelers favoring a so-called staycation. Jean-Baptiste Lemoyne, the French Minister for Europe, said, "Priority will be given this year to domestic customers." The European Commission has maintained its recommendation to keep the Schengen's external borders closed for all non-essential travelers, particularly Americans and Chinese people. Ursula von der Leyen, the Commission's president, is expected to unveil plans tomorrow of how the bloc could restart its travel industry. She has vowed to come up with smart solutions so Europeans can go on holiday this summer. Under her plans, Brussels would set a minimum health and safety standard covering areas including flights, restaurants and hotels.